their entire civilization. You see, her husband Igor had a problem. He was a king, but the Drevlians wasn't paying him his tribute. So he pulled up to the Drevlians. He said, yo, where my money? The Drevlians said, oh, your money's up there. He said, huh? Up where? They said, well, God. Some messengers pulled up to Olga. They said, girl, they done your husband. And that's when Olga got to plotting. She said, okay, so my son is the new king, but since he's only 3 years old, that make me the new king. They said, but you woman. She said, who gonna stop me? Everybody said, she said, that's what I thought. Go to the next slide. So Olga was crowned regent and she wanted nothing more than to get back against the Drevlians, which was ironic because the Drevlian prince wanted nothing more than to get him some Olga. He saw the picture. He said, ooh, she kind of, hey, y'all send her a proposal and ask her if she want to marry me. His advisor said, great suggestion. But didn't you, her husband? He said, yes, you're not gonna worry about that. Yeah, he was definitely wrong about that. Some Drevlian messengers pull up to Olga. They said, okay, girl, you coming up in the world. We see you the regent now. Our prince sent us over because he want to marry you. She said, ha! What do you say? They said, girl, we just reading what it says on the paper. Don't hurt the messenger. Ain't that a saying? She said, I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm gonna give you like some nice accommodations. Y'all go to your boat and tomorrow we gonna get you right. They said, okay, we appreciate y'all. So the Drevlians went to their boat. Next day, their boat start getting carried while the Drevlian messengers are in it. They said, okay, yeah, them folk know how to party. They put the boat in a ditch and they start putting dirt in the ditch. They said, okay. Olga said, we gonna bury y'all. They said, no, hold on now. Olga buries the Drevlian messengers and it's written that she whispers to them, how do you like your new accommodations? But what she does next actually is far more terrifying because she tells everybody, all right, stay quiet because we not finished. She sends a message to the Drevlian prince. At this point, the Drevlians didn't know what happened to the messenger. So she sends a message. She said, hey, I got y'all messengers. That was really sweet. But like, if you really like me for real, prince, like you would send like more higher class nobility messengers. The Drevlian prince looked at her picture. He said, send her whatever she wants. So Drevlian nobility pull up to Olga. Olga said, man, y'all must be tired from y'all journey. I'm gonna make a bath for y'all and it's gonna be hot. The Drevlian said, that's a little suspicious, but we appreciate you. Where the bath at? It's over there? She said, yeah, it's over there. The Drevlian nobility go in the bath, they lock the bath and they light that thing up. But here's where things start to get wicked because Olga said, hold up. We not finished. She sends a message to the Drevlian prince. She said, man, you so sweet. I want to see you in person. He said, it's on now. Olga pull up to Drevlian land. The prince pull up. He said, man, Olga, you looking good. Like I seen your picture, all that. Like, let me give you a tour. She said, where'd y'all? My husband. He said, huh? Over there. She goes over there and she pays her respects to her husband. The prince's advisor said, sir, that's kind of like weird. The prince said, nah, she just sad. Like we did her husband, like, come on, let's have a feast. And she gonna like warm up to us. You know what I mean? They all have a feast. Olga said, how's the wine? They said, oh, actually, no, it's pretty good. No, Olga ain't do nothing to the wine because she wanted to watch them suffer. She looked at her soldiers and she said, everybody. The Drevlian prince said, huh? She said, you heard me. The Drevlians were not prepared. They thought it was about to be a regular dinner. Her soldiers, full on armor, decked out swords and all that, start taking everybody out. And she starts walking through the streets, encouraging her soldiers, egging them on. She said, yeah, get him right there. Good job, good job, good job, good job. She took out 5,000 Drevlians. But then she looks back and she says, we not finished. She brings the rest of her army over to finish the Drevlians off. So the Drevlians went over to their castle town to guard it up. So a siege ensued. A whole year passes. The Drevlians are starving. They're desperate. Olga said, don't stop until they're all gone. The Drevlians are defending pretty well. So Olga sends them a message saying, look, come outside. We ain't gonna hurt you. Like, you know, everything good, everything square. The Drevlians said, you're not gonna fool us this time. Olga said, no, I'm over the whole husband thing, y'all. I promise. All y'all have to do is just send me a small tribute. Send me your best birds, your best pigeons, and we're gonna call it square. The Drevlian said, okay, well, that's not too bad. We send you some pigeons, we send you some birds. They send her some pigeons. Olga and her soldiers attach sulfur rocks to the birds, light them on fire. They let the birds go. And the birds naturally go back into the Drevlian capital. Since they're trained birds, they fly back to their nest. They light their nests on fire. They light the capital up ablaze. It was a lot of birds. And in the chaos, her soldiers storm in and they take the city. And she leaves a bit of Drevlians left and tells them, remember that tribute that y'all was paying my husband in the beginning of this whole story? y'all gonna continue paying that. And the craziest part is, after her revenge, she turns out to be a pretty good ruler for her nation. She says, all right, cool, my revenge is over, now I can focus on the nation. She even does so much for the church, they make her a saint. Her name is Saint Olga. Matter of fact, she even got a statue up in Kiev in Ukraine, because that's where her nation's capital was located. And the Drevlians can't even be mad because their people don't exist anymore. Damn.
We hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures on their feed.
Damn, man, she got me back for her husband, though. I ain't gonna lie. W. But y'all.